morning, and welcome to the virtual Greater Boston Church of Spiritualism on this first Sunday of November. And this is a very special day as we celebrate All Saints' Day, or a very special holiday that I will tell you about in just a few moments. But please join me in our opening prayer. Infinite Spirit, beloved God, we ask your blessing as we gather here today together. Open our hearts and open our minds to your light, to your love. Help us to be your instruments on earth so that we may bring your love into our homes, into our workplaces, into all the people we encounter. We ask you to remind us that we are eternal beings by bringing our loved ones close. Help us to feel their love and to know that they continue on, still loving us, still caring for us on the highest side of life. For this knowledge of life eternal and for our connection with you, we truly give thanks. Amen. And our inspirational thought today is a reading by White Eagle. There is no death. Of what are you afraid? You may look upon an empty shell like the shell of a chrysalis and say, this is death. No, life continues. Life always is, always has been, and always will be. We who are fully conscious of having passed the great initiation called death, come to you having crossed the bridge of love, a bridge partly created by the love which you have given. God, the Great Spirit, has so created you and your bodies, your physical and your higher bodies, that you have the power within you to commune with those you love in the world of spirit. It is love that is the bond that never dies. And if you join me in our healing prayer, which will appear on the screen as we prepare ourselves for our healing meditation, I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstruction from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. And now it's time for our healing meditation, a time where we can relax, let go of the busyness of life, and simply be and feel that presence of love, that presence of God that is always around us, always within us. So I ask you to just get comfortable in your chairs, take a nice deep breath, close your eyes, and allow yourself to just focus on that breath, breathing in and breathing out. Slowly relaxing, and allow that breath to relax you, to flow through you. And as you're breathing in, just imagine that pure light of God that is never apart from you, flowing in with your breath, bringing you peace, bringing harmony into your physical body. And as you breathe out, release any stress or strain, any tightness, any difficulties you're holding on to. Just breathe. Be present with that breath in this sacred moment of now, where we can feel the presence of God around us and within us. Breathe and relax and allow that light to gently flow from the top of your head all the way down to the tip of your toes, relaxing every muscle, strengthening every bone. Feel that light flowing into every cell of that physical body, reminding it of its perfect state, so that it may create and recreate itself in perfection and in harmony with all other cells. As you breathe, feel that light moving into your organs, into all of your systems, helping to create harmony and ease within that physical body. Just breathe and allow that light to gently bring to you exactly what you need, and let go of everything else. Allow yourselves to be at peace, filled with the peace and the light of God. And as your body relaxes, feel that peace, feel that light, feel that love moving into your mind, quieting those busy thoughts, removing all those negative thoughts that hold you back, that stop you from loving, that stop you from seeing through that highest perspective that all is well. And as you allow this light to flood your mind, just allow those thoughts that occupy your mind to flow down a river of light, letting go of them, allowing them to just move in and out so that your mind is clear and open. And as your mind clears, feel it opening and expanding. Feel yourself lifting into that higher mind, that higher part of you that knows it is one with God, that knows it is spirit. And as you lift into this space, feel that pure divine love filling your mind with thoughts of love and support, with a knowing that you are spirit, that you are connected to all that is. Feel a knowing that you are never separate from your source or all of your loved ones, that you are always together in this light and in this love. And allow your mind to continue to open and fill with love, fill with light, so that you may receive the inspiration that flows to you from the highest side of life. As your mind expands and your body relaxes, you can feel that divine light washing over your emotional body as well, clearing away all fear or worry, clearing away all negative emotions that may have been held in that physical body or that emotional body. Let them be washed away by this pure, unconditional love that washes over you and through you, so that only love remains. And feel that love flowing directly into your heart, opening and expanding your heart with pure love, with divine, unconditional love. And know that that is the true love that lives within you. Feel that love expanding out around you as you feel your entire field filled with light. And you feel a beautiful light just above you, continuing to feed you and bring you what you need. And as you breathe, just feel yourself moving up into that light, being transported into a land of light, a place of peace, a place of harmony that is filled with God love. And as you move up into this place of pure love, imagine yourself now standing upon a bridge of flowers. And the bridge seems to be made of pure light. Every step along that bridge is made from God's light and love. And you can see all through that bridge are magnificent flowers, every color you can imagine, every variety. And just stand on this bridge and look out across it. And as you gaze, you can see a light forming at the other end of that bridge. And as that light expands, you can see all of your loved ones gathered. They're all there waving to you, sending their love across that bridge right into your heart. Allow yourself to receive that love, to feel their joy, to remember them as they were, and know that they still love you. Send your love across that bridge as well, knowing they do get it. Send it in the form of flowers that honor your loved ones. And see them, imagine them receiving the flowers of your love, so that they truly know that their love and yours are forever enfolded. Know that they are there to support you, to strengthen you, and to let you know that we are all eternal, that life never ends. And this is what we celebrate in every moment of every day. We are all eternal. We are all sacred beings. We are all part of God. And as we stand on this bridge together, we feel the rays of God's light shining down into us, around us, and through us. And we look down to see our world, a beautiful globe moving and revolving. And we feel God's light shining out from us with love and compassion, with understanding, with peace, and with joy. And we radiate all of these things down upon the earth into our planet. As we allow this light to flow through us, we ask the infinite source of life and love itself to fill our world, to fill our planet, to renew our resources, to fill our minds with ideas and inspiration that will help us to heal our planet and heal each other. We ask that this light flow to every mind, opening every mind so that we may truly see each other as equal. Open our hearts so that we all may truly love ourselves and each other. Let us feel this light filling us and every being on this planet as we join together in unity and in harmony, in alignment with the divine source. And let us pray for our world, for our country, that the best leader will be chosen and the best decisions will be made so that our world and our country may work together in harmony and in peace for the highest good of all. Let us feel that light continuing to shine upon our world, continuing to shine deep within ourselves so that we may carry it wherever we go, in every thought, in every word, in every action we take. Let the divine presence of love be present so that we do our part to create peace on earth. And feeling filled with light, filled with love, and surrounded by the support of the infinite source and all of our loved ones, we take a nice deep breath and feel ourselves being transported once again back to the room, feeling wonderful, feeling connected, feeling at ease, but most of all, filled with love. Love for our fellow man and for ourselves and for our world. Take a nice deep breath. Feel yourself grounding back to the earth, solid, sitting on your chair, feeling the clothes upon your body. Take another nice deep breath, and as you do, open your eyes and smile and rejoin the world as the loving being you know you are. And remember, you are eternal. You are loved beyond measure, exactly as you are. And now, if we're all back, take another nice deep breath, and please join me in reciting a declaration of principles, which will appear on the screen. In spiritualism, we have no rules or regulations, no dogmas or creeds, but we do have a set of principles that help us to live our lives in the best possible way. So please read them with me. We believe in infinite spirit and that God is infinite spirit. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite spirit. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of an individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule. Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual and that they make their own happiness or unhappiness as they obey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul here or hereafter, and we affirm the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. So we are blessed to have a country and a world filled with so many beautiful cultures, and each culture brings many sacred and joyous celebrations and inspiration that are meant to be shared. As we embrace the gifts of the many cultures present in this country and our world, we grow and evolve. We become closer and we become better people because of our connections and what we share with each other. We begin to understand that we are all important to each other. So today, on November 1st, I would like to talk to you about a beautiful tradition that is celebrated by the Mexican people and many others around the globe. It is called the Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos. It is a time when friends and family gather and honor their loved ones. Similar in some ways to our Memorial Day, but so much more sacred and profound. It is celebrated from October 31st to November 2nd, when it is believed the borders dissolve between this world and the next, and our loved ones are able to return to feast and dance with those they loved. According to tradition, the gates of heaven are opened at midnight on October 31st, and the spirits of the children who have passed to the world of spirit can visit their families. The spirits of the adults can visit on November 2nd. The roots of the holiday date back 3,000 years. The Aztecs and Nahua people held a cyclical view of the universe and saw death as an integral and ever-present part of life. It was believed that the soul had to travel through 9 challenging levels before reaching their final place. The rituals provided food, water, and tools to aid in their difficult journey, much like the Egyptians who left things in the tombs to help the spirit move forward on their journey. In ancient Europe, pagan celebrations of the dead took place at this particular time, consisting of bonfires, dancing, and feasting. Of course, many superstitions creeped in as Halloween became popular. In Spain, people would bring wine and spirit bread to the graves of their loved ones. They would cover their graves with flowers and light candles to illuminate the soul's way back to their home on earth. I know this practice continues throughout Mexico, and it is a beautiful sight to see as everyone honors their loved ones with feasts and flowers and candles. Cemeteries are filled with families celebrating and remembering their loved ones. Flowers are everywhere, and music is played to add to the joyous celebration. As these celebrations made their way into Christianity, November 1st became known as All Saints' Day, which is appropriate because babies and children are considered innocents and saints as they move on. November 2nd became known as All Souls' Day, a day to remember all the souls who have continued on into the world of spirit. As spiritualists, we know that we are always connected to our loved ones. It is the bond of love that we carry that makes this connection possible. And we do not have to wait until November 1st or 2nd to hear from our loved ones. But in learning about this custom and participating in the beauty of the ceremonial remembrance, I have found a deep connection to my own loved ones and to the Mexican people. I'm greatly blessed to have a Mexican daughter-in-law, and she has taught me and our family a most beautiful way to honor our loved ones. Every year, she, like many in her culture, creates an altar to honor those in spirit. Pictures of those we miss, marigold flowers, and candles to bring light to their memories are added. The decorated skulls represent life and its delicacy, as well as death with triumph. The Mexican culture imagines the reign of death as a happy, colorful world full of vitality and joy. Katrina, a smiling, colorful skeleton who brings joy to the altar and the celebration. The elegant Katrina represents more than just the symbol of death and the joy beyond, but also the fact that everyone is equal in the end. Death does not discriminate. Her roots go back to the Aztec goddess of death who honored and protected those who passed on to the world of spirit. As the altar is created, we also add things our relatives in spirit loved, the things they like to eat or drink. We stop and take time to truly remember how they lived, what they loved, what brought them joy. We remember them enjoying their lives with us. Placing a chocolate bar for my mother and a cup of beer for my father brings me the memories of the joy we shared as we shared these things together. I can still remember the beer foam on my lip when my father would let me have a little sip as a kid. Brought me great joy, and it's a fond memory. The important thing at this time is that we stop to remember our loved ones and how they lived. We keep the memory alive in our hearts and our minds, and we pray for them on their continuing journey through the spirit world. There's a wonderful Disney movie called Coco, which gives you an idea of the beautiful ways in which the Mexican culture celebrate their loved ones. In part of the movie, the spirit can't come back unless someone has placed a picture of them on their altar. So take some time to look at the pictures of those who have passed to the world of spirit that you love. This is a way of honoring them and bringing them close so that they can continue to share their love with you. They love to be remembered, and this is a wonderful time of year to remember them. It's a time when we let go of the superstitions and we bring the sacredness back into this time of year. Today is the day of the innocents, El Dia de los Inocentes, also known as the Day of the Angels, a day to remember the babies who never touched the earth, realizing they live on and the love we felt in our hearts continues and connects us forever. It is a day to remember the children who touched our lives briefly, but filled our hearts with love and beautiful memories of holding them and loving them. Today we honor the babies and the children with the poem and light a candle in their memory. You are one of heaven's angels now, a perfect little star. And when you shine, the world can see how beautiful you are. May you fly with magic wings on clouds so soft and white. May your heart be joyful and your days be bathed in light. And though our hearts are broken and your life was far too short, we thank you, sweetest angel, for the happiness you brought. We light this special candle for the babies who never touched the earth and for the children who walked briefly on the earth. We remember you always. We love you always. May Infinite Spirit God continue to care for you and love you. And may the angels guide your way so that we will one day meet again. For the babies, for the children, for the hearts of love that connect us, we give true thanks. I'd also like to light 4 candles for our loved ones who have moved on to the world of spirit. The first candle represents grief. The grief we felt and often still feel. The pain of losing you is intense. It reminds us of the depth of our love for you, and so we give thanks for the love we shared and the time we got to spend together. Grief is a part of life, and that shows us our capability of love. The second candle represents our courage. The courage to confront our sorrow and to comfort each other. The courage to change our lives after you are gone. And the courage to realize our lives together had purpose, and you have fulfilled your purpose here on earth. The third candle represents your memory. We remember and give thanks for the times we laughed, the times we cried, the times we were angry with each other, and the silly things we did together. We remember and give thanks for the fun we had, the love we shared, and the joy you gave us. The fourth candle represents our love. We light this candle so that we are reminded that your light will always shine. We remember your light and ours are forever entwined, and we shine together when we love. We cherish the special place in our hearts that will always be reserved for you. We thank you for the gift your living brought to all you touched. We love you. We remember you. And may Infinite Spirit and all the angels guide your way until we meet again. And I'd like to share a poem called 5 Minutes. If I only had 5 minutes the day you passed away, I would have had the time to tell you all the things I needed to say. I never got to tell you how much you mean to me, or that you were the best that anyone could be. The last time I talked to you, I wish I would have known. I would have said I love you and kept you on the phone. I'd hold on to you with real tight hugs. I wouldn't let you go. I would tell you that I'll miss you more than you will ever know. Now God has called upon you. It's time to get your wings, to leave this life behind you and enjoy all heaven's beautiful things. So wait for me in heaven. Don't let me come alone. The day the angels come for me, please be there to bring me home. I encourage you to celebrate your loved ones, especially today and tomorrow. Maybe by baking their favorite pie, toasting their favorite beverage. Spend time remembering them. Celebrate the life they shared with you. And make sure to share your life with those you love here on this earth in the best possible way. Let people know you. Get to know those you love. For those memories will serve you forever. Remember, we are all eternal. We are all connected. And love is that connector. Feed the love in your heart by remembering. And God bless you all. And now we will have a very special musical selection, Remember Me, sung by Ursula Perez Navarro from Mexico.
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let me make you cry. Forever is not far away. I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart. Remember me, though I have to travel far. Remember me, each time you hear a sad guitar, you know that I'm with you. The only way that I can be until you're in my arms again. Remember me, recuérdame, recuérdame, que me tengo que ir, mi amor. Recuérdame, no llores por favor. Te llevo en mi corazón y cerca me tendrás. A solas yo te cantaré, soñando en regresar. Recuérdame, aunque tenga que emigrar. Recuérdame, si mi guitarra oyes llorar, ella con su triste canto te acompañará hasta que en mis brazos estés. Recuérdame, for I will soon be gone. Remember me, and let the love we have alone. You know that I'm with you, the only way that I can be. So till you're in my
you for that wonderful musical selection. And now it's time to hear from our loved ones from the spirit side of life. We know they're already gathered here today to let you know that their love is there for you, that they support you. So I will once again be a medium, and I'll bring through whatever it is they give to me. If you recognize your loved ones, please make sure to send an email so we know we're making that connection. But I know our loved ones come in to share their love and especially their wisdom, because they really love to help all of us live our lives in the best possible way and learn from their lives. So I will share with you exactly what I get, and let's see who's here with us today. Okay, as I feel them all gathering here, there are many, many spirits coming through together, and I know that they come in groups, but I feel like I have a grandmother who's very present, and she's coming in first and foremost, and I feel like she's got a whole lot of other grandmothers with her, but spokesperson, she's not too tall. She's probably my height. She's fairly close to the ground. She's very grounded, and I feel like she would have been a very hard worker in her life. I feel like her hair is either short or pulled back. It's very straight, and I feel like she was always busy. I feel like she had many, many, many children, and she had a lot of people that she had to feed, and I feel like her hands are always going, always busy in trying to feed the kids and make sure everything gets done. But I'm sensing with her that she would pull all of the people and all the kids together and give everybody jobs and responsibilities, because I feel like she's one that could tell people what to do, and the kids would automatically do whatever she said. She's definitely a boss. I feel like her husband would have passed really early on. And I feel like she was the one that was responsible and had to do everything. I feel like she's got a lot of women with her that were very similar in that respect, that they were the breadwinner, they were the one taking care of the kids, they were the one doing everything. And they all come in with this great authority, but I feel like they're coming in from many, many cultures. And I feel like this grandmother that I feel very close to me is coming in from Mexico, because I feel her making tortillas. I see a wooden thing, and there's a press, and she's pressing and doing this and doing that, and she's moving really quickly and making things and getting things ready. But I do feel the sense of Mexico, because I feel all the colors and all the flowers coming in around her, and she's coming in to talk about her wonderful culture and how happy she is that that culture is continuing to be shared. And I feel like she's very happy today in sharing the information that I've brought, but she wants to make sure that everybody remembers to share their culture, to share the special things about them. You know, I feel like I've got all these grandmothers. One's making meatballs and one's making something else, but they're all using their hands and making the specialty items that they made, the things that they're remembered for. And they're very excited that you would continue on that path of making the things in a traditional manner, so that traditions continue. These are very important. It's what makes them special. And I feel like the grandmother that's the spokesperson is talking about these are the things that made us special, that pulled us together, that made us feel connected. And each and every time you make something that I made, you're connected to me, and I'm there with you. So I feel like they're all coming in. There's about 10 of them here trying to connect to the people who are watching. And they're all coming in to say, do the things, make the things that we did in the traditional manner, and you will feel our love, and we'll be there to help you. Even if you forget how, we'll help you. So I feel like they're all using their hands, and I feel like they're saying, we'll put our hands in yours to help you make it just as delicious as we made it. But it's all about the food today, and they're bringing in all these wonderful foods, and I feel like they're having a feast in the spirit world, and they want to share this feast with all of you. So feast with them and enjoy their wonderful presence. And there's nothing but joy I feel as they come in. There's such happiness that they want to bring to everyone's heart, that when you remember that life continues and that we continue on to be joyful and happy, the fear that you hold is eliminated. I feel like there was a lot of fear in one particular woman who's coming close to me now, who didn't want to let go, who was very afraid of passing. I feel like this is a different one from the first. And I feel like this woman would have been very afraid of death and didn't really understand it. She didn't understand in her tradition the way that other traditions understood the joyfulness of death. And I feel like there was a lot. She would have done everything to continue to live. I feel like she was on life support, and she chose to have everything done before she passed so that she could uh, elongate her life as much as possible. And I feel like she's coming in to let you know. I feel like she's got a son and a daughter, and hopefully they're watching today. But I feel like she wants them to know that it was such a wonderful surprise when she got to the world of spirit to find out that there really was nothing to fear, that it's simply a doorway, a transition. And she said she wished she had known that when she was living her life on earth, and she wouldn't have gone through as much suffering as she did. I feel like there was a lot of suffering in the end of her life. And she said, if I didn't make the choices I made to try absolutely everything, I could have eliminated some of that suffering. But she said, in the end, it taught me. And in the end, when I got here, it just made it that much more joyful. So she said, don't worry about, don't let fear get in your way. Make the choices in your life that bring you joy. I feel like the fear of death wasn't the only fear that this woman had. I feel like she was very fearful about a lot of things. And that's what she's coming in to say. Let go of the fear and allow life to be a part of joy, in a reason for laughing, and not something to fear. I feel like there were different things that maybe she had panic attacks, because I keep feeling these anxiety moments with her. And she said it was a lot, some of it was chemical, but a lot of it was that she wasn't looking at life in the way she could have. She could have looked at life and felt safe and happy in her days, but instead she had a way of looking at the darker side of life, at what do I have to be afraid of, what could go wrong. And her focus was always on what could go wrong, not what could go right. And she said, don't make the same mistake that I did. Focus on what can go right, because that really helps it to go right. And she said, I lived opposite. So please don't follow in my footsteps, and don't be afraid of life. Life brings you what you need. And so embrace it and enjoy it and live fully, and don't worry about anything, because life is meant to be lived fully and enjoyed. And she's very happy to be able to give this message, that she finally learned that lesson. And I leave you with her love and blessings, and with all of the wonderful grandmothers who are still all gathered here, trying to let their presence be felt by you. So I give them all thanks for coming in and joining us today. Okay, let's see who else is here. I feel like I have a little boy with me. I feel like he's a very young age. I feel like he was maybe somewhere between 6 and 8 when he passed. I feel like he would have passed from an illness. I feel like it was something that he was hospitalized off and on for, and that he did pass in a hospital. I feel like he had a sister, and I feel like he really loved that sister. I feel like the sister was younger, because I feel like he's showing me a little girl around him, and she loved to play with him and loved to play little games with him. But I feel like his life was very short, he said, and he didn't get to live to be a grand old man. I felt like he has been in the world of spirit for some time. He's very comfortable there. I feel like he's really at ease, but as I'm feeling into his personality, he was just a delight. I feel like he would just have a positive and bright thing to say to everybody. Even in his worst days, he always stayed positive and upbeat, and he always tried to bring love and care to his parents, because he felt and knew how hard this was on them, and he tried to make it lighter for them because he knew he would be all right. He totally felt that presence of God around him. He always did. I felt like he was just a special little kid, and he had just a beautiful way of looking at life, and he took one step after the other, and nothing really fazed him, and he enjoyed everybody and everything, and he had a way of just throwing out little bits of wisdom that you'd be surprised at a little kid like that would have such wisdom within him. But he said he did, and he was here only for a short time, and that's how it was meant to be, that he lived his life fully. He came and he shared the love that he had with all of his family, not only his mother and father and his siblings, but his cousins and his friends and the parents of his friends. And I feel like when he passed, there were just so many people that were devastated by his loss. But in the end, he said, I was so happy that I got to touch everyone's heart. And he said, that's what mattered. And I knew that they were sad, but the reality was I placed something in everyone's heart, and everyone's heart still holds love for me. And I can feel that. And he said that brought him such joy when he passed to the world of spirit, to see how many lives he touched. And he might have been just a little boy, but he touched so many souls. And I feel like he's still remembered all the time by so many people for the light that he gave them, for the love and the wisdom that he shared, and for the joy he brought. So he wants to say how grateful he is to all the people who knew him, and especially to his mother and his father and his sister, for the love that they shared with him and the comfort they brought. I feel like they're sitting with him in the hospital, in his room, and they're singing songs to him. And I feel like the songs meant a lot, because the songs really helped him to relax and to feel the love underneath them. So he's so happy to be here today, and he's just waving, and he wants to wave to everybody, not just those who knew him, but to the people who didn't, and to all the people who lost children and lost babies, because he said, we're all here together. We keep growing. But he said, I'm showing myself as the age in which I passed. He said, I'm older now. And we do keep growing in the world of spirit, but we'll always keep that presence of who we were to you, so that you'll recognize us. So know that they're all still there, and I see a whole line of kids waving their hands like this, and I feel like I have a little girl doing this, and I feel like as she's coming in, I feel like she would have been hard of hearing, because I feel like she's signing and waving, and she's saying, I'm here, I'm fine, I'm okay. And I feel like she may have been a little bit older. I feel like maybe 10 or even 12 with her, but I feel lighter hair and straight, and just a blunt cut with her. And I feel like she would have been kind of a matter-of-fact kid. And the thing about her, I keep seeing her socks falling down. I don't know why, but she'd run and the socks would slide down her legs, and she would laugh. And her mother would be this to try to keep her looking like a lady, but she's saying, no, she was a tomboy. So I feel like she wants to come in and say hi to her mother and to all who loved her as well, because she was a real spitfire. And even though she couldn't hear, she knew everything that was going on, and she was full of energy. And I feel like she loved to run, and she would run any chance she got, and she would play, and she loved to be around kids. And I feel also with her that an illness took her, but she's not bringing me that. She's just saying, yeah, I'm over here from an illness, but she's not giving any thought to that illness. She said, I don't want to remember that. I want to remember running and playing and having fun and waving and laughing and living life to my fullest. And she said, that's what I want for all of you. Live your life to the fullest. I feel like she said, I had a handicap, but that didn't change me. That didn't make my life not worthwhile. My life was great, and I enjoyed every minute of it. So even if you have a handicap, don't worry about that. You get to move through life in a different way. And I feel like because she couldn't hear, she didn't hear a lot of things she didn't want to hear. She said there were benefits to that, and she really appreciated that she didn't fill with any negative talk that so many people fill with. And she's showing me like the news and all the bad talk, she says, on the news, and the bad talk that people say. She said, I never got to hear that. And she said, I'm really grateful for that. I was closed off from that. So I got to keep my heart open and happy and joyful. And she's saying, close your ears to all of the things that make you upset and angry, and go into your heart and just bring the joy and the love in your heart out, so that you can continue to enjoy your life and be happy. Don't let the bad talk, she says, don't let the bad talk interfere with your life. Live your life and be happy, and take it one day at a time, because that's what she lived, one day at a time. And that's all she cared about. She was very much in the moment, and she just seized life. And she said, seize life like I did. Be a kid. Look at life through a kid's eyes, and you'll see so much better. And I leave you with her love and her blessings. And I feel like I have a gentleman who's coming in, and I feel like he would have had a really difficult time breathing, because he's given me a struggle for breath. And I'm asking him to remove that a little bit so I can keep talking. But he would have had a very difficult time with his lungs. I feel like there's a lot of aches and pains in his body. I feel hunched over with him. I feel like he would have been an older generation, because he feels like he's maybe in his 80s or even or his 90s. I feel I lived to be very old with him, and I feel a lot of aches and pains and hunched over, and a lot of difficulty in my body. He said that comes with age. I had to just go with it. And he said, but I'd rather be remembered as the strong, strapping man I was. And so he's coming in to say, all those aches and pains and those ailments, they go away. And I feel like as he's showing me himself in younger years, when he was healthy and strong, he had quite a personality, quite a sense of humor. And I feel like he's bringing that humor in to share with everybody, because he's very humorous and he loved to play practical jokes. He's showing me playing practical jokes on people, and I know I'm going back in time, but I'm seeing a whoopee cushion on the couch, and I'm seeing all these silly little things that he would do. I feel like he would have teased the kids and took their noses off, he's doing this, taking your nose and telling you, puts it in his finger. So I feel like he would have joked with the kids, played a lot of practical jokes on his compatriots. I feel like there's a group of people that he's coming in with, because I feel like there's a whole family over in the world of spirit that are gathered together with him, and he's come in to be the spokesperson, because he was the funny one, he was the jokester, and he was the one that could always lift the mood. And he said, there's sadness right now, and I feel like someone recently passed to the world of spirit that he's talking about, and he's talking to the family and saying, I know there's sadness now, and I've come in to uplift you, to let you know that we have him. So I feel like it's a younger gentleman who's recently passed to the world of spirit that is with him. And he said, we have him, and he's doing just fine. And I feel like this gentleman, this younger man, is just standing beaming. And I feel like he wants to just send that smile, because he had $1 million smile. He was a very handsome kid. And I feel like fine hair, but on a lighter brown side. And I feel like he's fairly tall and slender. And I feel like all he's saying is giving me that smile. And I feel like he wants to be remembered by the smile and not by anything else. So he's not giving me any other information about his passing or what went on. I feel like he doesn't want to, but I feel like he's recently passed, and he's made it, and he's safe, and he's just sending smiles across to remember the smiles that he gave to you, and remember the smiles you gave to him, because it was you that made him smile. And I feel like I'm talking to his mother right now as I say that. And I feel like it's his mother's father that has him. So I feel like it's very important for you to know that he's safe and sound in the world of spirit. He's with the whole crew over there, and there's nothing to worry about. He's made it, and he's smiling, and he's shining that smile and that love to you. So I leave you with all of their love and blessings. I know they all came in, piling in today. And if you've recognized any of the pieces I've given, please take them to heart, because there's so many spirits here. They're all wanting to come in to touch you, to let you know that they continue, that their love is still there for you, and they can receive your love. So send your love out to them, and take some time today to really remember the things they enjoyed in life. And we thank all of the loved ones, all those in the spirit side of life, who have shared their love with us today. And just a few announcements before we close our service. Services here will continue on our YouTube channel, and we have very good news that we have recently found out that you can listen to or have the subtitles on the screen, so that you can see the service in any language. And to access, you just do auto translation on YouTube by clicking on the set icon button, click the CC, and then the subtitles and the settings, and choose the language you want. So now we can be multilingual in the services. So if you're not able to understand what I'm saying and want to know people in your family that would like to hear this and don't speak English, they can get closed captioned in their own language. So we're very happy to be able to share that information. And we ask you to subscribe to the channel, like the video. I can never remember that. And please donate on our website or on Facebook, because we can't pass the basket, but we do need your donations to keep us going. So we appreciate all of the donations that you can make. And big thanks to everyone who participated in our Mediums Night last week. It was a wonderful success. And the next one will be on November 30th from 7 to 9. And we'll be offering 20-minute readings with individual mediums. So if you want to book a reading, you can send me an email. I'll be happy to schedule it, and then you can pay on the website. And I think that's all we have for announcements. So thank you for joining us, and let us say a closing prayer as we end this service. Infinite Spirit God, we give thanks for your love, for the light, for the peace, and for the healing that we have all received. We give thanks for the opportunity to feel our loved ones draw close. We give thanks for the knowledge that we are eternal beings. Help us as we move out into the world to be the light of love, to create harmony wherever we are. And please bless our world, especially this week in this country, throughout our elections. Bless us all. May the higher good prevail, and may we all move through the changes with peace. Amen. Thanks for joining us. God bless you all. See you next week.